is obvious. That's a big disappointment, and the way we played wasn't a lot to be happy about as well. The only thing I was happy about is that the boys kept on fighting for 100 minutes, and probably the best part of our game were the last 10 minutes. So that tells you that they kept on fighting, but credits to them. Good game plan. Worked incredibly hard and got a penalty that was rewarded, was deserved, because it was a penalty, clear penalty, correct decision. But that had a lot of impact on the game, of course, because both teams hardly had any chance, and all of a sudden you get a penalty kick again, which was a correct decision. But that, and then they were 1-0 up, and they've kept on fighting till the end. And goalkeeper made 1 or 2 good saves in the end, but yeah, we hardly created anything at all.
John?
I appreciate you've got lots of games and fixtures at the moment, but any regrets about the team, the line-up, and the players that you fielded today?
No, because you never know what would have happened if we would have played with our starters over here. I think during this season we've seen a few times already that it's a game plan, a playing style which is difficult for our starters, but also for the ones that have played today. So constantly long balls, second balls, long balls, second balls is difficult for every team. We had this with United at home, for example, as well. They had a similar playing style, going to a very low block, kick every ball long. And then we played with our starters. So I think today also showed why we play with the ones that we've played today, because these players need game rhythm as well. And for them to be ready in the upcoming months, they need the game time. And you saw today that some of these players really need games like this to be ready for the last 3 months of the season.
For the pressure that you had at the end, you must have felt as if you'd get a breakthrough. Big chances, no?
Yeah, there were 1 or 2 big chances, but I think if a team is working so hard and throws themselves for every ball, they're in a certain kind of momentum, and then maybe you deserve to be a bit lucky as well in the end. And then the goalkeeper made 1 or 2 great saves, but this is what you see a lot. If they would have played 10 to 15% less or worked 10 to 15% less, we probably would have scored it. But you see many times that if a team brings such a performance in, yeah, you saw yesterday. Was it with City that they missed a big chance in the end? The other team. So sometimes you deserve a bit of luck if you work as hard as Plymouth did today.
Arne, can I just ask about Joe Gomez?
Yeah.
Is it the same injury that brought him off against West Ham a few weeks back, or? I'm
not too sure. I'm not too sure if it was the same leg, but I haven't had time to ask him. But it was clear that I think we all know which moment he felt a bit insecure about, because he didn't sprint back fully. And then he said, "Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm afraid if I make 1 extra sprint, that things will go wrong." So I don't know exactly where he is. It didn't. It's not. How do you say this? It's not. Sorry.
Torn.
It's not torn, I assume. But it didn't feel good for him, and that was a bit of a blow, because Curtis Jones was on the bench, but he came to me this morning and said, "I don't think I'm fully recovered yet as well." After the training session of yesterday, and that all of a sudden led to the fact that we were with a few more youngsters on the pitch than was the idea before the game. But still, there was enough quality on the pitch to get a better result than this.
I'm very, very good in my words and very eloquent. A little bit speechless, to be fair. Very emotional, because I know that I realized the task today, I realized the opponent, I realized it's the FA Cup. It's the biggest cup in the world, it's the most famous cup in the world, and we played Liverpool. So it was just omnipresent and very, very big in the city, in the club, in our locker room. And we just wanted to represent Argyle best possible. That was the game plan. To be structured, to be organized, to be brave, to fill it with intensity. And then just to show ourselves, to use this huge stage. It's an opportunity for the players to shine. And I think the lads did it outstanding.
How does this rank in your career as a head coach in terms of a victory in a one-off game?
This is the biggest moment so far in my coaching career, no doubt. no doubt. It's the FA Cup, it's Liverpool, no doubt. And the biggest moment is yet to come, end of season, when we are staying up. This is my goal. This is what I have on my mind, inside my soul. This is the big goal for Argyle. And then this will be the next biggest moment in my career.
We talk about wanting to stay up and those things. How important is a victory like this against a side like Liverpool for the belief, for the hope, for all that with the team?
Very important, because we started this turnover actually in the half-time against Burnley after being 5-0 down. And my message to the lads was, it takes a lot of courage to go outside and to finish the game. And if we can manage this, we won't change the result, but we will make a step forward, and this step forward will help us for the next challenging days and weeks. And we did this. We followed over just a couple of days later in Sunderland, a week later West Brom, and now Liverpool. So this gives us not only the belief but also confidence boost that if we can show this togetherness, if we can sacrifice on the pitch, the Green Army is there anyway. They are just waiting for us to start, and they will support us until the end. And we will need this togetherness on the pitch and off the pitch. It's a hell of a task in front of us, no doubt, but I think we are ready also to take this challenge.
Well, Arne, so good for so much of this season. So how do you explain today?
Great game from Plymouth. Good game plan. They deserve all the credits for their performance today. And we were not having a very good day. And then a result like this is the outcome.
You talked about the game, first of all, the priority to fight, to earn the right to play to a degree, and was that where the problems were at times too?
No, I don't think I can say the boys didn't fight, because it was a fight for 100 minutes, something like that. I think both teams hardly created any chance, and then the game is decided by a penalty that was awarded correctly, because he had his arms above his head. But yeah, in a game like this, where two teams hardly have any chance, hardly aren't able to find any openings, it's up to one moment, and that moment was for them. And like I said, they deserved it because they played a really good game.
For all the changes you made, a lot of very experienced players at home, should you have done better? Should you have been better creatively?
With the players that were here today, I think they're able to do better. But again, it's a system, it's a way of playing, it's a playing style where it's quite hard to create your chances against. That's what we saw today, and I wasn't completely surprised, because in the lead up to this game, a lot of long balls, second balls. And if we had the ball, they were really aggressive, as expected. So it's not always easy then to create your chances, especially if a team has not played with each other so many times. But we expected them, of course, to play a better game than this. But again, we have to give credits to Plymouth as well.
Will it hurt those players today, obviously? Will hurt, won't it, going out today in the way that they have?
I think it hurts everyone that's involved in Liverpool, fans, me, players. We were all wanting to be in this competition for as long as possible, and if you go out in the first possible game, that's a setback.
And what has to be the reaction?
Actually, what I've seen today as well, but and what I've seen this whole season, also today they kept on fighting till the last second. Maybe the only chances we created were in the last 10 to 15 minutes. So it wasn't a work rate problem. They just worked really hard, but they couldn't find openings. They couldn't find chances. And we just have to keep doing the work rate the same, but have to be a bit more creative in the upcoming games.
Thank you, Arne.
And accepts it was a penalty. Robbie, I'm going to answer my own question here. No worries about Wednesday night in the Merseyside derby for a hangover, is there? All the big boys will be back.
Well, for a start, he can't afford it, can he? So, I don't think there will be. We know it's going to be a lot of change. And in a silly sort of way, it's probably done them a favour, because you can't take anything for granted. You know that you've got to go out there, you've got to work, you've got to sort of make your own chances, you've got to create your own, your own winnings as...
Your own style, whatever it takes.
Of course, and it was tough today for Liverpool. But, I mean, what I will say, the beauty... I mean, we love the FA Cup, but the beauty of this is... Miron Muslic has just showed that you can win anyway.
Last word, Plymouth. Well done them. A day to remember, isn't it?
Oh, it was a shock of the weekend for us, wasn't it? So credit to them. I think Arne Slot even said that they deserved it today. So on to the next one for them.
On to the next one. And for us, thank you very much.